And finally this evening, the Kent talent making waves in Hollywood. Mia McKenna-Bruce is the latest star to rise from the county and now hoping to secure a BAFTA. After being nominated for the Rising Star Award for her role as Tara in Molly Manning Walker's How to Have Sex, she said the Maidstone schoolgirl she once was wouldn't quite believe it. Well, I'm joined by our film expert, Deacy, in the studio now. Chris, before we get into Mia's story in particular, give us a synopsis of the film she's been awarded the BAFTA for.
Well, it's How to Have Sex, and it's a remarkable film that premiered at the London Film Festival in the autumn. And it's a rite of passage drama about some girls about to get their GCSE results. They go on holiday to Greece, and all sorts of tensions then open up about the futures, the very different futures that they're going to have. With a title like that, you're thinking, is it going to be a promiscuous film or a didactic film? It's none of those. It's like an anthropological case study. What happens with girls from different sort of contexts and backgrounds, different levels of educational attainment, and then what happens when they're taken advantage of or used, and you see the whole edifice collapse. A bit like Aftersun, which did phenomenally well in the BAFTAs this time last year.
And it's something she said she's really glad in an interview with us that she was able to be part of a film like this because it would mean a lot to someone. And of course she went to Maidstone Grammar School for Girls. She spoke to us about being a small town girl and that the younger version of herself, just as I said in the introduction, that wouldn't quite believe she is where she is now. Let's hear from her.
I remember a few years ago, one of the bus stops like outside MGGS had this poster of this, like, and I was on the poster for this show that I was doing at the time, and I was just like, what on earth? Like, me walking past in my brown uniform, this bus stop, and imagining that one day, like, there'd be a poster that I was on. Like, it's just, there aren't the words, and I'm just so grateful, and I just think it's so exciting now, kind of getting to look back and be like, yeah, little me kind of walking up in my uniform into town. Just could never even begin to imagine any of this.
So that's her there talking about sort of her wider career as well, seeing herself on a poster of a bus stop, a surreal moment for a schoolgirl. But more on this film, how important is it that she's starring in something that affects so many young girls?
I think that's exactly it, because you're watching this film and you're sort of watching it thinking, is it going to be like a sort of like a teen romp sort of thing? Is it a sort of a film like American Pie from the 90s? It's none of that at all. It's actually it's not a sort of film that is in any way judgmental. It's simply saying this is what happens when people are taken advantage of, they go on holiday. And it's a kind of film, and it's almost like a horror film in the way that it unfolds, and it resonates in so many ways with people in different stages of their life.
The horror of perhaps reality, more like. Now, for the actual BAFTA, she's got some competition. When I looked at the list of the 5 there, I looked at Jacob Elordi's and his recent appearance in Saltburn as well. Do you think the amount of traction that that's got could overshadow her getting a spot? It
could, because people know Saltburn. I saw it before knowing exactly what it was going to. It's like the talented Mr. Ripley, and when you watch it, it's astonishing. And of course, he also played Elvis in the Sofia Coppola version of Elvis's life, very different to the big Baz Luhrmann spectacle from last year. I think you may be right. I think Jacob Elordi is very much a star on the rise, but this is a very tender, very clever film, and you come away from it and just feel that it's almost one of those films that you feel you have to watch, even though while you're watching it, you kind of want to look away from the screen.
And of course, it's all down to the public vote as well.
Yeah, and that's one of the things about the BAFTAs, that they're really good at trying to get the audience really involved in the process, because obviously a lot of the people who do the voting do so, if you like, off camera.
It's such an interesting story and such an interesting success story for her as well. We'll be following closely here and all the media here in Kent. Now, what's coming up in Kent Film Club tonight? Of course, another brand new episode. Very quick.
So we have Nina Goring, who is the mayor of Medway, shooting wonderful films, including celebrating her Gurkha family background. Also, Wonderful Over the Cuckoo's Nest is in there as well.
Amazing. Lots to look forward to in Kent Film Club this evening. Well, Chris, thank you very much for your time, as always, diving into all the film news going on in the county. Thank you.